Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time finally doing a review on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, I think a lot of us 90 kids remember what Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was. All about five teenagers with attitude. The premise of the series is about Zordon, who is alerted that Rita Repulsa and her forces have escaped. So, he mainly recruits five teenagers known as Jason, Trini, Billy, Zach, and Kimberly to become Power Rangers. Now, each of the episodes has the Rangers dealing with a certain thing, or protesting, or trying to deal with something of the day, and usually has to battle the monsters of the day. And each of the Rangers would learn a valuable lesson, or learn certain things. Now, what's interesting about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was how that a lot of its stock footage came from Hugh Ranger. Now, Hugh Ranger was meant to be the other version to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, with some slight differences. Now, what's interesting as well is definitely how, like, in the stock footage, and if you watch a stock footage comparison with, technically, the American version, a lot of its stock footage was just used for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, another interesting fact is definitely how we got Tommy Oliver as the Green Ranger. Now, what's interesting is that due to Tommy Oliver's stock footage being maxed out for the Green Ranger when he was the 6th Ranger at the time, a lot of his stock footage was used up, so the creators had to try to find a way to still have him around, and yet not have him in the same sort of situations without stock footage. Now, what's also interesting is that when Season 2 and 3 came, mainly with Season 2, is that they used props, weaponry, and costumes from Die Ranger, and even replaced Rita Repulsa as the villain for Lord Zed. Now, the show did miss an opportunity to use the Die Ranger suits. For example, when Lord Zed planned to create his own version of the Power Rangers, the Dark Rangers, instead of using the Die Ranger suits, that would have been awesome to have, you actually got the poorly made ones known as the Dark Rangers from, like, putty suits. I think they had missed a great opportunity to mainly have used the Die Ranger suits. Now, after mainly that happened, you also had the Zords upgraded, and stock footage from Hugh Ranger 2, which was American versions of monsters, no longer able to be used. You had other things, and Tommy was mainly upgraded to become the White Ranger. Now, I do have a theory that Zordon based some of the designs of the Green Ranger costume for the White Ranger one, given the fact they have the same armor plating, same sort of dagger-like sword, and so on. Now, pretty much for almost Season 3, you also had the Rangers having ninja powers, and from Season 2, also had Rita returning and even manipulating Lord Zed into marrying her, which comes this whole sort of old couple bickering all the time. And from Season 3, you actually did have them gaining ninja powers, and you had the mini-series Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger. Now, what's interesting, the show has this pattern from the start of each season. Once a villain is now defeated, a new one takes his or her place, creates mainly something that can destroy the Rangers' old powers, and the Rangers have to go on some magical journey just to gain new powers. Now, what's interesting is that almost all the characters are usually changed. For example, Kimberly was replaced with Kat. Also, Zach was replaced with Adam. Trini was replaced with Aisha. Billy was still the same, and Jason was replaced with Rocky. So Billy was technically the only one in the show that was still part of the original team, still there. And Tommy, if you do count him as the second one. Now, what's also interesting is that with Power Rangers, that when they did Hugh Ranger 2, it was mainly using American footage, but mainly done for Saban by the company that makes Super Sentai. So you had monster costumes like Pexter and also Gatardo, American exclusive monster costumes that even Super Sentai never had. Given the fact that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is so far the only show to have the longest episode count in history, and we also did get certain things that the show did had. Now, what's interesting is definitely how the Green Ranger shield, in American footage, when there was an evil clone of Tommy, and Tommy used his White Ranger powers against the Green one, they had a poorly made design for the shield, which I'm guessing that the old one got broken, so they couldn't really remake it and stuff. I actually do admit Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is still enjoyable. Yeah, a lot of stock footage is used in this, and it's kind of a shame that they never used any Dark Ranger suits for this. I mean, given the fact they could have used the Dark Ranger ones, and also given the fact that before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was going to be made, there was talk about using Jetman, which was a version of Catcherman, or Battle of the Planets in America. It would have been awesome to see a bird-themed superhero team. So what I think about Morphin Power Rangers, it's definitely not bad, and there are some funny moments with Bulk and Skull, or Alpha, or some serious moments. So I give this a good thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.